for now, though, let's talk about something that has to do with technology, something that has to do with science, something that has to do with education. And it's all about the global robotic competition that are happening in India. We have some students, or let's say people, in the studio who will talk extensively to us about that. So we have one in grade 8, another in grade 5, and we have their tutor too, who is also in studio. Just to introduce them, Sheldon Adi. He is a robotic engineer and founder of Apipa Solutions, if I got that right.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
we also have in studio Aram Aku Mauli, who is in grade 8 from Unique Child in International School, and also Kanyita Aliu.
Kennedy.
What?
Please, it's Kennedy.
Kennedy. Wow, beautiful. So Kennedy Aliu as Zakaria, who is in grade 5 from Unique Child International School. You are welcome, ladies and lady and gentlemen. You are welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
We are fine.
We are fine.
Tell us about this robotic competition that you went for in India. Then now we will come down to what exactly you are into, what you created, what went into the space, what helped you to win that particular competition, among other things in in India.
Okay, so as you know, robotics is all about putting mechanical parts together to create an innovation. So then you add a brain, you add wheels to it, and with some sensors, and then it becomes very good or very a solution-oriented programming. Or so in India, we had a task of building a robot that is able to follow a particular line. We had an arena where the robot that follows a particular line. So they gather props in a particular place. So it goes around the arena, pick a prop, takes it to one location, return back, go again, and pick it to another location. And this has to be done automatically. So you have to program the robot to identify the lines on the arena, pick everything, and then after it packs, it goes to pack. After packing all the props together, it returns back and then goes to its packing place to pack. That means the robot stops working then.
Yeah. And this happened in India?
This happened in India in January.
In January.
Yeah.
And among the schools that participated, how many were they? And how come we got somebody from Ghana putting the name of Ghana that high?
All right. So there were over 160 schools in all internationally. Majority of the schools were Indian-based schools. And you know, when it comes to technology, the Indians are far ahead of us. Yeah. So among the international schools that came, we had people from Ghana, Nigeria, Zimbabwe as well, Canada, and some other countries. So among the international schools, Unique Child came out first. Yeah. And then the Indians, knowing what they do best, took their roles there. But at least we also were able to show our presence there, that we are also capable of becoming innovative, like the way India is now.
So with that particular competition, did you go with Aram or you went with Zakaria?
So that particular, we went with Zakaria.
Okay. Zakaria, you went for the competition. First of all, what did you do? The interest with this robotics, where did you get it from before you participated in this competition in India?
In my old school, Jack and Jill school, I always wanted to be an inventor, but I never really had the opportunity. But when I came to Unique Child International School, yes, the robotics, the Code and Robotics Club really helped me to rekindle my inventor in me. So yes, I decided to come along and just join.
Is it that you got training from the school?
Yes.
How was the training like? Is it in class or maybe it's an extracurricular activity?
Yes, extracurricular.
And how long did the training last before you knew that you can do this to participate in this competition?
A few weeks.
And what did you invent?
We invented robot RC cars that can use special sensors, IR sensors, infrared sensors, to follow specific line patterns and move props to specific locations. Whilst at the same time, we had a manual robot controlled by me that would come and move the prop to the specific location to be moved by our sensor using robot.
So you did this all alone, or you did it with a group of people?
Yes.
All alone?
No,
Or you
we're a
did it with
group
some
of
friends?
people. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2 friends,
Okay.
Nicholson and Etona.
Oh, wow. So when you got to India to be part of this robotic competition, first, how did you feel being in that country and also representing Ghana, seeing a lot of students from other parts of the country to be in that competition?
Well, it was amazing. Feeling like I just stood out for once. And getting to learn a lot about people. A completely new type of people that I've never seen before.
So what is the way forward for you? I want to ask you, like, going forward, you still want to be in this field and invent robots, or be in the tech space? That's what you want to do?
Yes, I want to be an inventor. I want to invent new projects that could really help Ghana. The major project I want to invent is a new form of energy. It's a new form of power plant which combines solar energy, hydroelectric energy, and even better solar energy from the moon.
Wow. Charlie, how do you program these children? What do you do? Because he says he's coming from Jack and Jill School. He didn't get opportunity to really do whatever he wanted to do there. Came to Unique Child International, or Unique Child what? That's
Unique Child International.
International work.
Yeah.
Got the opportunity. But it looks like you being the tutor. I would come to Aram and ask her details of all that. But how do you go about it? How do you do the programming of these children?
Okay, you know, when it comes to children, children are very innovative. Like you can never underestimate any child, trust me. So once they are exposed to a lot of technology, and then they have, you know, they imagine a lot of things at the same time. So once they are able to have the ideas that, okay, this idea, I can turn it into something really resourceful, then their attention gets there, and then they want to yearn more for it. So once the opportunity is open for them, you see that they tend to then say that, okay, I can do this, and after that I can code and then make it work with the sensors, with the motors, with the brain that works. Once I'm able to put all these things together, these things work. So it makes them very intuitive and very enthusiastic about whatever they do. So with this, all the attention is given to it, and then you see that when it comes to that, the whole STEM thing that now has an A added to it, being arts, STEAM, makes the child very innovative, and then makes the brain also develop in various aspects that we never knew of. Now, every child has the way of learning that our normal school system has forced that the child should always be seated at one place to learn in a classroom system where a teacher is teaching. But children have different ways of learning. Some learn through visual, some learn through interactive, doing things together. Some learn, there are different ways of going about it. So when they're able to adapt all of this, then they're able to channel the energy in even different subjects that they learn as well. So this is all about making the child innovative.
But Zachariah said this is extracurricular activity. So how many hours do you spend on them, like in a week?
So in a week, for now, we have about 2 hours.
Just 2 hours?
Yes, just 2 hours.
Wow, in the entire week?
In the entire week.
Aram, let me ask you, your interest in building robots, where did you get it from? And what exactly have you built with maybe your friends, or what have you been able to achieve being in this club?
So my interest for robotics came last 2 terms when I wanted to do something that has to deal with technology. And then I was able to build an edge avoider with my friends.
You to build what?
An edge avoider.
What is that?
So an edge avoider robot is a robot that once it's going and it realizes that it can't move again or it will fall, it's able to turn by itself.
Oh, so it uses sensor?
It uses a sensor, an ultrasonic sensor to detect that there's no space to move forward again, so it has to turn by itself.
Help me understand this. Is it that you do the programming and the children follow, or you do along with them for them to build this knowledge?
You teach them the concept that if you want to code, okay, this is a sensor. You know, when it comes to coding, there are different parameters that goes with it. Okay, it can go for 3 seconds and then stop and stuff like that. So when you teach them the parameters, okay, there are blocks the control box, the sensor block, and all the other, the mass block, the variable block, the function blocks, all these blocks that are there, if they're able to understand and know what it does, then they themselves come together to do these things. So there are a whole lot of things that they're able to do that will marvel you.
We understand you are going for another competition in Zimbabwe, right?
Yes.
And you are going with Aram, and
Yes.
Zakaria is also going. Aram, how do you feel going on this particular competition, and what are you going to the competition with in terms of robots?
So it felt great to go for this competition, and I hope to learn a lot of new things and discover new ideas from there.
From what Zakaria said, he wants to come up with a plant, sort of solar, hydro, and also moon. From what he said, you two, what are you looking out for in the near future?
So I wanted to become a forensic scientist, and that has to do with people who go to crime scenes to go and collect evidence. And most people are scared to do that because other people are on their trail. So I decided to build a robot that will be able to go to the crime scene and collect the evidence. That way people will not really know who is behind it.
A robot going to crime scene to collect evidence, is it possible? Sheldon?
It's possible. In this life, everything is possible. So far as the technology is there, we have drones that are able to fly.
Yeah.
We have silent drones that are able to go to places, take silent pictures and come back. So it is definitely possible.
How did you identify that, well, if I'm able to teach these children, they will be able to learn these things? Is it that you are a robotic engineer, you do it in more than one school, or you are now fixed with Unique Child International?
So growing up, I had a passion for technology,
Okay.
and then for technology and robotics. But I didn't have the opportunity to start early. Parents also didn't push you into it. They wanted you to do something else. Yeah. So growing up, I actually grew up and then started this. I realized that I should rather channel the energy to kids coming up who have such passion, so that they can start early and then they will be able to come up with a lot of innovation. So I started this company called Paper Solutions. So what we do is that we partner with schools who want coding, robotics, AI, and IoT in their schools. So when we come, you see that we have a full curriculum for it. So we start from as low as 5 years.
Okay.
We have a full curriculum for it. So you see that we integrate into your curriculum or you run it as a club. These are two things that are there. And then we also have bots like this one from age 5 up to the senior high level and even tertiary for everybody. So once you partner with us, we come in with our bot and everything. We train either the whole school or a club-based portion of it, and then that's how we run it.
You run it. How easy or difficult is it to teach these children?
You know, children like to fidget a lot. So when it comes to these things, and then they have access to these things to fidget with, to work with, you have their full attention. So once the interest is there and then they see they can do something and get the results, you always get them doing it. You know, they are children, sometimes they may go off a bit, but still they come back, and then we also have a success stories to tell.
Wow. So this is what?
So this is just a bot, a moving one. So we have programmed this in such a way that it's able to we have used artificial intelligence to program it.
Okay.
So it's able to respond to gestures.
Oh.
So it's able to respond to gestures, to move forward, to move backwards, and then to stop.
So who is going to operate this one right now?
Ayam can do that.
Actually, Zakaria wanted to, but yeah, Ayam, we want to see you operate this, and let's see. But you created it, you did it yourself.
No, they did it. This
Zakaria did
is an arrangement. It's a piece that you can just arrange, and then.
Oh.
Yeah, this is one of the easiest things to do. It's not anything difficult.
Easiest.
Yeah, this is really easy.
This
will to take you like 10 minutes to do.
To fix this.
Yeah, to fix this.
Anyway, Ayam.
Yeah, I made one of these at home, but mine had sensors. Yeah.
You know, Sheldon, as you operate it, I've seen children way back. You use milk tin, Milo tin to create sort of a car. And is it that we didn't take these children serious, or they have the potential, but we really didn't bring and they tap their potential or something of that sort?
Yeah, that's exactly where the issue is. We didn't tap into that potential for innovations. So they end up playing on the street with it, and then
yeah.
it ends there,
Yeah.
and then they grow up doing something else. I mean, there's a true potential that God has instilled in them to come, but you end up doing something else because their potential was not explored and made full use of.
Wow, I'm just amazed. Aaron, let's see you operate this. What was the name again?
It's an AI controlled bot.
AI controlled boat.
Bots. yeah.
Bots.
Yeah,
Okay.
robots. So
Robots. So
Yeah.
you shortened it to be bot.
bots. Yeah.
Okay. So Aaron, let's see you operate it, and let's see how best is going to work. So it
Mhm.
operates with gestures and all that.
Yeah.
And then stop.
Oh,
Stop. And it stops.
oh, beautiful.
Stop. Stop. And reverse.
The cameraman should actually film what she's doing with her
Stop.
hand, so you can change the direction.
No, we have to program that too. If you
Oh,
want to change
okay.
direction, yeah. So stop. Yeah.
Wow.
Backwards. Reverse.
So no, so the
Stop.
reverse is like come.
Yeah. No, you can change. You can. The funny thing is that anyhow you want to make your hand for it to come on, you can program it for that. But we just chose this.
So this is using what, the camera on the.
So it's using computer vision. That's artificial intelligence. You know, artificial intelligence. We have 3 domains. We have the computer vision. We have the statistical data, and then we have the natural language processing. So sometimes people get confused when it comes to AI. They think it's just the ChatGPT and then the DeepSeek that we
Yes.
use. Yeah, that is the statistical data side of it. But we have the computer vision and then the natural language processing. So the natural language processing deals with the speech recognition, where you give commands to your phone, Siri, Google, Hey Google, and other things. Yeah, that is the natural language process, and this is the computer vision of it, where it's able to see characters and identify, take instructions on what to do. So you can actually build an automatic door, an automatic anything, just by giving gestures, and it's able to perform any task for you.
So you
it's
can,
all
you can just be in your room and just make a gesture. You know what is going to happen.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Aaron, we'll press it again. Let's see.
Go forward. Stop. Backwards. Reverse. Then stop. Stop.
Wow. That's beautiful. But you said this can just be done in 10 minutes.
Oh, the arrangement and even the programming can be done in about 15 minutes. You know, it's one of the easiest things.
Easiest thing to do.
They do more complex stuffs.
Wow.
Like in Zimbabwe, for instance, we are going to Zimbabwe.
Yeah,
So
I was
our
about asking you
competition.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
And what really the competition is about in Zimbabwe, the name of the competition, what really you are looking out for maybe in Zimbabwe, because you've gone for that in India and you've really put the name of Ghana that high. So Zimbabwe, let's talk about it.
All right. So in Zimbabwe, the team is leveraging technology to address Africa's energy pollution and agricultural challenge. So what we are doing is the task is to build a bot that is able to move around our beaches and then pick garbages. It just doesn't pick the garbage; it's able to sort them out and then pack them very well. So it's able to identify a tin, a plastic, a rubber bag, and then picks them up and sort them. So it moves by itself. That's all the gathering and that's all the sorting. That's the kind of what we are doing. So actually in Zimbabwe, we have 3 particular stages. We have the first one, that is the beginner stage. We have the intermediate, and then we have the experts. So we are participating in the intermediate and then the beginners. So the intermediate, that is what is dealing with. The expert one has to deal with the sea. So that bot should be able to go into water and do that sorting. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And how many countries are you competing with?
So we have 5 countries. We have Zimbabwe. We have Zimbabwe competing. We have Zambia. We have Mozambique. We have South Africa.
In this particular competition?
So the first 2 or first 3 that comes out will go to either China, Shanghai, or will go to India for another competition in January.
And that competition in China is what?
So that competition in China is another task that you'll be given to solve a particular issue. So right now, what the interesting thing that these competitions do now is that they don't give you tasks that are in their locality or in your, but tasks that are in your locality that you feel you can have a solution to. So you sit down, get a solution to it, and then you come and display what the solution is using prototypes of your.
So, for instance, what you went to do in India, Zakaria went. What are you getting after winning the competition?
Okay, so normally they give them some robots, they give them laptops,
Oh, okay.
and then some sums of money to work with. That is if you're able to win. So to like further your robotics career alongside. But in the after winning, they give you laptops to work with. They give you a lot of robots that you can do a lot of things with. Yeah, so these are the things that you. And then you also get a chance to participate in other robotics competition that will give you bigger opportunities and bigger chances.
Wow. So, Zachariah, let me come to you. You have been a bit quiet, but operating this and also creating or inventing other robots, what do you make of it as a grade 5 student?
Well, what I think about this, I would say that by creating robots, you're not just building something. You're furthering your creativity and activity. And not just that, but by learning subjects like robotics, you're also furthering your computing skills, which can really help. But what I think of it personally, I think that it will really help us in future when we have jobs and we really need a new form of AI to, make our jobs faster, like managing a business.
Wow. So, Aram, have you also learned something out of this? I think using AI, the Robotics Club, how it's helped you, and now that you're also going for the competition in Zimbabwe, how has this helped you?
It has helped me to think and come up with new ideas and be also creative. Robotic has also helped me to think ahead and then think of the future and know what to do in the future.
So I can say that your children are very reserved. They really don't want to talk much, but everything is up there,
Exactly.
so they deal with it on the ground.
Exactly.
When it comes to our education system in this country, do you think that it's created an avenue for us to have a lot more children to be in this space? I know, are you running the Cambridge system or GS?
So it's a hybrid.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Unique Child runs the hybrid system.
Oh, okay.
So GES with Cambridge.
With Cambridge.
Yeah.
So like I was asking, you think that we've created enough avenue or the environment for children's talent to be really unleashed or to really tap into their talents in this country?
I think we have a lot more that we could do when it comes to that aspect. A lot, because I'll say we are just underutilizing all the talents that we have. Just using like just less than 1% of it. No, it's not even up to 1%.
Wow.
Yeah, because our system is not really pushing STEM when it comes to STEM. The system doesn't push it at all. So the education system is so focus in a way that is only interested in the basic theory that we all do. But when we are able to start with STEM like this, I know the government is also trying, GS is also trying to now integrate STEM into the curriculum hardcore, starting from the senior high level and then it continues. But when you're able to start the kids from this particular level, by the time they get to the senior high level, they know a lot of things.
Yeah.
So now you force the system to then upgrade that particular system to a higher system, because now the kids that have come to this senior level, because if they started now, when they get to senior level, that means you have to really do something tough so that they can really work with. So when we are able to start like this, we will force the system to actually change what is up there. Once what is up there is changed, that means you have to make sure that those coming will be up to it. So then a balance will be created there. Yeah. So that is the utmost goal of it.
But this is
force
happening.
the system to.
This is happening in the city. What do we have to do for our children in the rural areas?
There are a lot that we can do. So that is why we need everybody on board, especially GS, because they have access to all the schools and other things. And then starting with, we can integrate STEM into the curriculum full time, where they have the opportunity to learn some of these things, get some of these bots in the system. It's not difficult getting some of these bots. We have these bots in the system a lot. And people also supply some of these bots. So we can get some of them that the kids can work with for beginners. Yeah.
Zachariah, how do your parents support you in all this?
Always help me by paying my fees and just generally encouraging my studies.
Because Shelly, you said that when you were growing, you didn't really have the support much from parents. But that's what I'm asking them. So you told your dad this is what you want to do, or your mom this is what you want to do, and they supported you?
Yes, both of them.
What did you tell them?
I told them that I wanted to join the Code and Robotics Club in my school.
And what did they say? What did daddy say? What did mommy say?
They were okay with it.
Wow. What of you, Aram? Support from parents?
They supported me when I told them I wanted to join the robotics club.
Wow. Anyway, so I'm just amazed looking at what is happening here and all that. But what will you tell parents? What will you tell institutions or schools? How best we can go about changing the narratives and trying to let our children really use their brains when it comes to these things? It looks like some of the children are being limited.
Yeah, so what we'll tell parents and what we'll tell schools is that they should try as much as possible. Because sometimes when we talk about technology or we talk about AI or IT, they just feel it's for engineers or, let's say, people who wants to dive into the fields of robotics and engineering. But when it comes to AI, when it comes to technology, there are a lot of things that you can actually do when your brain is fully developed in this particular aspect. Either you want to do medicine, you want to be a lawyer, whatever career aspiration you have. Once you're able to develop the art side of your brain, or the creative aspect of your brain, you're able to perform very well at what you do. So we are encouraging schools to collaborate with us so that we can come to the schools and then teach.
That's a paper
solutions. Teach robotics, coding, AI, and then IoT. IoT is the Internet of Things. Yeah. So it's integrating technology where stuff can be controlled through the internet. You don't need to be there. You can just control. So we are able to do all of these things. So they're able to build applications, do a whole lot of things. Now technology has passed the stage of just learning how to use Microsoft Word, using the mouse, navigating, doing
or just
drag and drop.
typing, using Mavis Vicom.
Using Mavis Vicom, yeah. we have gone past that stage. These are basic stuff that you can use.
Past that.
Far. So I think the curriculum should also be up to that task. Then passing that stage of dragging the mouse, left click, right click, what does it do, what is hard, all of these things we have passed. We now want to develop, build stuff, create solutions, come up with innovations so that our country will be at a good par. So I really appreciate this Coders program that the president initiated as well. Yeah. So it is something that will help a lot. So we have to look at the long side of it, not just training the coders, but also where they go from there and what they will do with it. If we are going to export them for financial work or whatever, we have to look at all of this to train them. So once you're able to start with this stage, you're able to move up. And then, so we'll encourage parents also. Because some parents also feel that when we say robotics, we're just talking about a humanoid robot that is moving up and down. But we have robots in our homes. Well, we have robots that have been programmed to perform a particular function. So that is also a robot. You go to the shopping malls, you see robots. You go to the hospitals, you see robots. So robots are all over us. So and then they keep enhancing robots by the day. Who thought that AI will come after a lot of technology that has come? Everybody feel that okay, that is it. But AI came. AI is doing wonders. So definitely something else will come. So
AI is really doing wonders, creating animations, creating real pictures. You even think that this is a real thing, but it's AI. We will display some of the pictures I think you had in India that you can talk about it. So this one is Zachariah and your other two friends?
Yes. Etonam and Nicholson.
Oh, yeah, so and Etonam where?
He's wearing a jacket on the inside of his shirt.
Okay, and who again?
And Nicholson is wearing a jacket on the outside with glasses.
With your tutor?
Yes.
Behind? Yeah. So this was when we went to India?
Yeah, this was in India. Yeah.
Before the competition or after?
No, before the competition.
Before. And what are you doing?
This was when we were training our robotic skills, manually controlling the robots.
Oh, so you were doing this in India?
Yes.
Okay.
The goal was to get the props to the positions as quickly as possible for the automated one to pick them and put them inside the collection. So.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. So how does it look like you going to Zimbabwe? Tell us, are you promising us something?
Okay, so going to Zimbabwe, we are just hoping, because the competition is also stiff there.
It's
So
stiff.
to go to Zimbabwe, we are just hoping and praying that we'll do our best. And this time in Africa, we should win so that we can go to China and India and then prove or rub our shoulders with them as well. So
Wow.
we are expecting to win, and we need all your support to win. And then there's one thing I want to add. Another thing I want to also add is that if we have kids like this who have started programming, coding, building robotic stuffs, and then there are other kids deprived, if they grow up, you can see the difference that will be there.
Yeah.
So it's a stage that this is no longer a choice, but it's an opportunity that every child should be exposed to, because it's not just robotic skills that you are building. You're actually building your brain, developing your brain, and then preparing yourself for the future.
Wow. And Aram, how are you preparing yourself for the competition in Zimbabwe?
So we meet every Wednesday and Saturday, and currently I'm meeting on Thursdays. And I've been hoping to be able to complete the task given and then be able to achieve success.
Wow, beautiful. And Zachariah, how are you preparing for the competition in Zimbabwe? You have been to India already, so you have the international appeal. So how are you preparing for that in Zimbabwe?
Well, I have ideas. A robot is supposed to navigate through the obstacle course, placing the various props in their positions. Right now, a major issue is an intersection in which the red and blue lines meet. Blue being for plastic and red being for paper. So I'm thinking that we could build a code for this, in which there is a limited time for the robot to get to specific positions and place the props there, so that we can make through the entire course. But it would mean the robot has to be very fast, or else it can't, complete its tasks properly.
Wow. I can tell you for a fact that I didn't understand anything. Yes, I didn't understand anything. But
Maybe I should explain further then.
Okay, explain further.
So our task is, there are major colors: black, which is the actual line that we follow; the red, which is the line for all things paper; blue for plastic, and yellow for metals. So there are specific areas in which you go to pick a prop and put at its position. Then you move along. There are some obstacles like the roundabout and the colored intersection. We are working our way around them right now. But that color intersection in which paper meets plastic, that's a major problem right now.
Wow. So Sheldon, you told them this, or they are bringing their own thing
They
up?
are bringing their own thing up.
And you get it implemented.
We get it implemented, exactly. So they think about solution, how to because all of the process is talking about is supposed to be automated. It's not manually controlled. They are all automated processes. So you have to reprogram the robot to be able to do that thing for you.
And you do the programming and all that?
So they come up with the ideas, and then we sit down together and see the codes you can put together to make it work.
Anyway, we can also take the fact that Unique Child International School is also doing a very good job when it comes to this. At least giving Sheldon the chance to operate in the school and to help the children in the school unearth their talent. I'm amazed. I'm so much amazed about this, and I think that parents out there should really think of how we can help children bring out the best for the country. Yesterday they said we were the future leaders, but we are the leaders now. So the children that are coming, we understand they are Gen Alpha. Yeah. And Gen Alpha operates differently from Gen Zs and the millennials. They are thinking differently. So Zachariah, thank you. Aram, thank you. And also Sheldon, who is a robotic engineer, thank you so much. We wish you all the best for the competition in Zimbabwe. And we know that he is definitely going to put the name of Ghana high. We are so much amazed about this.